Hello?
Hi, Susan. This is Bill. Where are you?
Well, what? What do you mean? I'm going shopping.
On my way, we're recording Beyond the Gates today. Where are you?
Well, that's why we're going shopping. We're going shopping for Beyond the Gates.
I apologize. I'm a guy. Shopping is not number one on my list.
Well, come on now. They have a special place just for guys, just for men. They have tools. They have computer things. They have video things. You're gonna love it. All you have to remember is bring cash. Bring lots of cash so we can get lots of wonderful things.
Cash.
Okay. See you.
All right, I'll meet you at the first spot.
Okay. See you in a bit.
I'm Bill Hemberg here with Beyond the Gates, and we are with John Huggins here today at the Mercy Warehouse, which is a huge warehouse of donations, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, do you actually take donations of food, and do you feed people as well?
We do take donations of food. We prefer non-perishables if we're taking in donations. The majority of our donations aren't food. We buy a lot of food. So the purpose is really to turn goods, household goods, furniture, that kind of stuff into purchasing power for the food that we buy.
And do you have a schedule that you feed people on?
Yeah, we give away food on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wow. Monday's a little later in the afternoon so that working moms, whoever, can show up between 4 and 6 p.m. And then Wednesday and Friday are both kind of mid-afternoon, about 12 to 1, 12 to 2.
Now, somebody to take on something like this, for you, I mean, personally, this is a calling. How did you get involved?
I got involved through my father, actually. So my dad was the one that began the whole thing. He had a really interesting experience in Calcutta, actually, with Mother Teresa.
Okay.
He was on a trip there, an assistance trip, and decided to stop by her facility at the time just to see if he could see her. And he ended up seeing her, and she inspired him to do something good in his own backyard. And he said, well, there's not as much need in my area as there is in your area, because he was in Calcutta amidst, tons of poverty. But she said, very poignantly, pointed right at him and said, "You're so wrong. There's so much to do right where you are. I promise you. You just need to look, see, and do something about it." Those 3 words, and then those have become the founding kind of principles of how we do what we do. Yeah.
And you've just followed along with that?
Yeah, so he's the pastor of a local church here, and it's on the same facility. Vineyard has been here a long time, but this side of that has been here about 10 years. So it was like a 10-year vision that kind of...
what kind of items can people donate?
Honestly, we'll, at this point, take just about anything. There's a small list of hazardous waste and restricted items like mattresses we don't take, but everything else, almost everything else.
I'm just curious, why mattress?
Yeah.
Just because
mattresses, because they have laws against taking in mattresses.
Really?
Yeah, they're called bed bug laws, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so certain things have like restrictions that people don't sometimes know about, but those, and then, but the vast majority of stuff, we'll just figure it out. If you think it has value, so do we.
Now, has COVID hurt your donations?
COVID was very interesting. So in the first couple of months, it was tight around here when everything was really shut down, right? Especially on the sales side, because half of what we do is sell the merchandise so that we can make money, so that we can purchase stuff. So the sales side ended up being really slow through March and April, but at that same time, the donation side ended up vamping up to crazy proportions because people were at home.
Sure.
They were kind of looking for garage clean out or whatever. So in some ways, COVID has been a roller coaster for us. To be honest.
Know there's some of these services and some of these organizations that actually offer pickup. We'll go to somebody's house. Would you do that?
We did at one time. We may institute that again. But actually, post-COVID, we've been busier than we've ever been, and we're just trying to keep up with the stuff that's coming to our door. So,
what kind of traffic do you get here? What is the need? I mean, are there people from all? Are they restricted just to Orange County? Is it town-wise? What is it?
So we don't put stipulations on where people live, but generally they'll be local because it's hard for anyone that's in need to travel far, even if it's just gas. So anybody living on the margins is going to have a tough time distance-wise. And so what we found actually was surprising to us even. We live in, our warehouse is located in Laguna Niguel, which is a wealthy kind of affluent area. If you looked at a chart of, the United States, we'd be in the top tier of that. But we found every year that more and more people are kind of just living just below where they can afford rent here, because that's another really high driver.
Sure.
So we've got multiple families to an apartment. We've got single moms that are going through maybe divorced or that haven't had any money come through yet. We've got
How many people it takes to run this place?
we have 600 volunteers every year that run through here that give tons of time. So it's still vastly, largely volunteer based. And then we also have 70 employees.
Now, you were talking about cucumbers, but do you take in fresh produce, maybe just on the certain days that you feed people?
Yeah, we do take in, well, especially farmers in the area, like the guys that are doing stuff up in Irvine, a couple of the colleges that have the kind of programs, they bring big loads into us all the time. But we'll take anything. I mean, let our food handlers sort it out. If you have a question, don't worry about it. We have a team that does a great job of figuring out what's good, what's bad, and how it should go.
If you want to donate, just bring it, and you guys
that would be, and that's the thing with us. We try to make it as easy as possible for anybody that wants to bring anything. That's a major point of emphasis. So if they hassle you for any reason, let me know.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your time. I know this is a big job for you, and again, thanks a lot.
All right, we appreciate you guys coming to interview us. Thank you so much.
And now let's see what Susan's got to talk about today.
Well, hi, Bill. Well, I am here today in Laguna Niguel at the Hangar Boutique, an upscale boutique that we're going to find out all about it today. And with me today is Nancy Luxon, who's going to fill us in on this really unique shopping experience. Nancy, I know you have a legion of shoppers who come from Laguna Woods who are regulars here, but for those who are not, maybe you could tell us a little bit about your store. What is the Hangar Boutique? Where do your clothes come from, for example?
Thank you, Susan, for inviting me to do this interview today. The Hangar Boutique is the upscale resale boutique for Working Wardrobes. I work for Working Wardrobes. Working Wardrobes is a charitable organization. We help men, women, young adults, veterans, seniors that are looking to get back into the workforce.
So Working Wardrobes is kind of the umbrella organization, and within that is the Hangar, 2 hangars, is that right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Working Wardrobes, we are powered by Working Wardrobes. We have several resale boutiques. We have 2 upscale boutiques, Hangar boutiques, one in Tustin and this one in Laguna Niguel, and we have 2 outlet stores, Hangar outlets.
And
those are in Costa Mesa and Garden Grove.
All right. And the difference between an outlet and an upscale boutique is?
So the upscale boutiques, we do more clienteling in our stores. We go to our main donation center and we choose the clothing that comes into the store for our specific customers.
Oh, so this is a very personal service you provide.
It is very personal. We do a lot of clienteling.
Now, clienteling means just that good, finding exactly what that customer needs.
Correct. I take a lot of photos and I do a lot of texting with my customers. I send pictures out all the time, and I make appointments for my customers to come in and shop.
Oh my gosh.
The doors are open for shopping,
right.
But I do make appointments.
You do.
And that keeps me quite busy.
Well, that must be part of the reason why you have this legion of followers in Laguna Woods, the women who are always looking for something for that extra special occasion, whether it's something for the mother of the bride to wear, or a gala dance to go to, or New Year's Eve formal gown. You are very accommodating. I know some of the men even have gotten tuxedos through your services. You do provide a myriad of services, and I note that the Tustin Hangar Boutique has men's clothes as well. And my understanding is that you can even track down a tuxedo if a man is looking for a tuxedo or some other, or a suit or something special at your Tustin Boutique. I'd like to hear more about Working Wardrobes and how you go about empowering people to find new employment and training them. Is it available in brochures, or do you have a website?
Yes, I highly encourage you to visit our website at workingwardrobes.org. It is a wealth of information.
Now, Nancy, where do the proceeds from your store go?
That's a wonderful question, Susan. The proceeds from our store fund our programs at Working Wardrobes to help our clients go through the programs that we offer. We have several different types of programs that we offer. We have career building, skill building programs. We have customer service trainings. When our clients come to us, sometimes they're a little bit rusty on their skills, so we provide a myriad of services for them to help make them feel better and brush up on those skills.
Oh my gosh, what a fabulous mission. Really a fabulous mission.
Been really fortunate, especially now with the COVID closures of some stores. Some distributors are donating brand new merchandise with tags on it to us. So we have been very fortunate.
Okay. Well, what about, now I understand a number of people working here are volunteers. Is that right?
Correct. My boutique, I am the only paid employee.
All right.
I have a family of volunteers that help me every day, and those ladies are my heart and soul. They give their time so selflessly, and there's many ways to get involved with Working Wardrobes.
Okay.
I mean, there are many different volunteer opportunities.
All right.
I, again, encourage you to visit the website, workingwardrobes.org.
We can do that. Yes.
There's definitely a way everyone can get involved.
Well, Nancy, I think you've given us a good picture of what the Hanger Boutique is all about. It really is a very special place. You offer special services that really we don't find in other resale places. So I do encourage our Laguna Woods folks to discover you if they haven't already. Thank you again, Nancy, for the interview.
Thank you so much, Susan. I really appreciate your time today. I welcome everybody that wants to come for a visit.
Well, Bill, this has been a fascinating adventure here. I want to know what you're up to, though.
I'm Bill Hemberger again here beyond the gates, and we're here with Bunny at Upscale Resale. And who came up with the name?
We had a contest actually when we got the store 20 years ago. It was called Re-Entry, and we had a contest, and the winning name was Upscale Resale.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's part of the South County Outreach Program.
Correct.
And is it part of a network? Are there other stores involved?
No, we've a new location now, but we did have one store that we opened at one time called Repeat Boutique, but that closed since. But it was basically run by a thrift organization, but we just supplied all the merchandise.
So how long has the organization actually been in? The
organization has been, it's our 31st year.
Okay.
For South County Outreach.
And it's upscale. I mean, it's some of the things, the items within this store
in here,
are just
yes,
really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Again, we've had the store 20 years, but South County Outreach has been around 31 years.
Okay. How can people from Laguna Woods Village, donate? I mean, obviously they can come in here and buy cool stuff, but can they also donate stuff that they may have?
Yes, we take new and gently used clothing. We'll take kitchen items, we take books that are not too old, shoes. Again, what we don't use, we do pass on to other organizations, but we'd prefer to get things we can sell in the store.
Now, are there items that people can't donate?
We won't take big TVs, we won't take beds, we won't take mattresses, things of that nature.
Okay, because there's something with bed bug laws or something like that.
Exactly.
Is that the state of California, or is that just the...
That's my state.
It's your state?
That's my feeling. I don't want mattresses.
Bed bugs.
Yeah.
Like that. How do you decide on a price of an item?
There's a joke about that. We call it swag. It's,
Can we hear okay.
It's scientific wild-ass guess. And so we just guess. And basically we do research. We look almost everything up, research-wise. If it has a retail price of $50, we'll go to $25. If it's something new, we'll go half of that, try to do that.
Now, has anybody brought in a donation at one point, you just go, wow, that's really weird?
We get a lot of very weird things here. A lot of times we try to find out even what it is. I've learned a lot in my 15 years of managing this of what things are.
Okay, but can you think of the most interesting? What is the most interesting?
We had some Murano statues come in. We went on eBay with those.
I'm sorry, what is
Murano?
Murano?
Murano's Italian glass, just a glass made in Italy.
Okay.
And it says we also have some perfume bottles out of Murano, but the two pieces sold for $1,500 on eBay.
Have you been infected by the COVID? Have donations been down or?
Oh, no.
No?
Donations are up. Everybody has so much time to get, they're either closing down their storage units, or they're moving, or they're cleaning their closets when they're not able to go out.
How did you treat when everything was closed up and the state of California closed up? Did you close your doors?
We did at that time. We didn't have to because we do supply food up through our pantry and everything. So we are considered essential. But we did close on the 17th of March last year, and we opened back up in June. However, we did a lot of online sales through Facebook Marketplace
I should say,
and eBay.
do you have a website, or is it just
Yes,
Facebook?
we do have. Yeah, well, not for the store. I mean, we have a website on Facebook for Upscale Resale, and we can sell things on their marketplace there.
Upscale Resale. I think that's just for some reason, I think just strikes me as a very cool name.
Yeah.
And how long you been here?
We've had the store in this location, or next door actually, for 15 years. We were on El Toro Road for 5 years before that. So,
But this is a calling for somebody to do this like this. I mean, you're helping people out. What made you want to do this?
I've been with South County Outreach for 31 years, all 31 of their years. But I was a realtor, and I used to do fundraisers for them through golf tournaments and bowling tournaments. Then we started buying condos. And I was the realtor, represented them in the 17 condos that we own, where we house homeless families in South Orange County.
Okay, this is a wild question, but if somebody's looking for housing or anything, and just that they have no place, could they come in here and get suggestions of just maybe if they're homeless?
Well, that's taken care of at our headquarters. They can come in there and get food. They can get vouchers for clothing. We've had some of our transitional housing people move into houses and they have nothing. They don't have sheets.
Sure.
They've been living in their car, and so we're able to give them pots and pans and silverware and sheets, pillowcases, things of that nature too. So.
You mentioned food donations. I mean, you're donating food to people who can't afford it. Are there certain days they can come in and?
They can go to the main headquarters.
Which is where?
On Watney in Irvine. It's right on the corner, right near Bake, off of Rockfield and Bake. And you can go, you make your appointments now because of COVID.
Yeah.
And they'll bring the food out to you. And we used to be, hopefully soon we'll be able to shop again. You can take a shopping cart and shop through the pantry and get the canned goods that you need, or maybe you need shampoo, or you need cereal or milk, and they're there 5 days a week.
Okay. How are you able to help the homeless?
We have vouchers for hotels. We have 17 condos, and if you're homeless or you have minor children, there's certain things you have to qualify for. You have to have a job.
Okay.
And you do pay us a very small stipend for rent, but you get food every week from the food pantry, and you get vouchers to come get some clothing and things of that nature. So, but there's many homeless in South Orange County. It's just amazing if you spend some time at night going through it. We do a count every other year where we know what the homeless are, and they do a count to get funds from the state and from federal to help with the homeless in this area.
With some of the increased funds now coming because of COVID, do you think some of the homeless may see some of that money?
We have received quite a bit. There's a lot of money given to Orange County, and they split it up into North, Central, and South Orange County, and we're ourselves and one of our partners is helping with the money out in the fund to help the people in South Orange County.
How many days a week you open?
We're open 7 days. Now, for the store, it's myself who's full-time, and we have 2 part-time employees, and the rest are all volunteers. So I have a staff of almost 40 volunteers who give their hours here. I mean, some of them work 8 days a week, or 8 hours a day.
Wow.
1 or 2 days a week.
Now that's a calling. And
yes.
I appreciate you doing things like that for people who are not as privileged as we are. So again, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And we'll get people from Laguna Woods Village to come out and
Come and see us.
and come see it and donate and buy some very cool stuff.
Yeah, we like things going out the front door more than coming in the back door. So
Okay.
it's important. The food pantries is the other way around. They want lots of food to come in, but we want people buying and going out the front door. That's what keeps us alive.
Okay. And now let's go see what Susan has on tap.
Well, that was interesting, Bill. Well, I'm here today in Lake Forest at a little gem of a thrift shop, and it's called Second Impressions, and I'm here with co-owner Carrie Summers, and we will be visiting with her husband Brandon in a bit as well. But Carrie, I'm so happy to be in this shop. This is a real discovery for me. I've not been here before. What's the story behind this?
Well,
Place.
we've been here just almost 5 years, celebrating at the end of this month.
Okay.
5 years of being open.
All right.
And we are a Christian ministry, and we do a lot of work locally in the community, and we also do work in Haiti.
In Haiti. Oh my goodness. You started at 800 square feet and now you're at 3,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And you have a huge assortment of clothes and housewares and home goods. And so where do all these things come from?
Just people in the community that hear about us through their friends or family or
All right.
Facebook.
Facebook.
We're big on Instagram as well.
Okay.
And so
That's huge.
or they come in the center and they see our sign and
Right.
find out about us.
The thing I find just astonishing about this place is your low price points. I mean,
Yeah.
everything is so affordable, and that's why they're here. They're designed here to move quickly, and they are priced just perfectly for that. With your donations, what's the most unusual thing you've ever gotten, or is there such a thing as that?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. We've been asked that before,
Uh-huh.
and nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
We definitely get some unique items. In regards to our price point, that is definitely one of our missions as far as what we do here locally in the community.
Right.
We just really want to give a nice, shopping experience to our customers when they walk in the space, that they feel like they're shopping at a retail space, and it's very, comfortable for them, but most importantly that they're shopping and they're getting a great deal.
Now, the proceeds from your sales, I understand, yes, they go to Haiti, they go directly to homeless groups, and different pieces of things that you sell, the jewelry, for example. Tell us a little bit about the jewelry that's donated. What happens to it?
So we have, it's called Pain na la vie, and that is means bread of life in Creole. Because in Haiti, that's their primary language, they speak Creole. And so what we do is we sell our jewelry, and 100% of the proceeds go to purchase. We've done different projects. Right now we're working on a project where last year, even during COVID, we were able to purchase 8 bread ovens. And those bread ovens are like big pizza ovens, and they're at individual church plants for at the it's called Cross to Light, is a ministry that we work with, we partner with.
Right.
And so those bread ovens are there, and the pastor and his wife and the team that is in that church plan is able to make bread and feed their local community. And so 100% of those proceeds go to that.
Oh, fabulous.
And since we got the 8 bread ovens last year, now we're sustaining those bread ovens. And so we're buying the ingredients to,
So
it
this year, they're going to be baking big time in Haiti. Brandon, Carrie's husband, has joined us to fill us in more on the background of Second Impressions and how that all came about. So, Brandon, can you fill us in on a little bit of your story?
So when I was 18, I got kicked out of the house for a tattoo, but was never homeless. I just slept at friend's house or whatever.
Right.
And to keep a really long story short, I ended up living in Texas for 1 year with my dad. And then I moved back down here and got to live in Irvine, and just decided I was not happy. I couldn't live back at home in Lake Forest. My family in Newport, I was like the black sheep of my family. And then I hated Texas with a passion. Just too many rabbit trail stories I don't want to get into. But I decided to be homeless, and I was homeless for 4.5 years.
Oh
and
my gosh.
I disconnected my life from everyone that wasn't homeless. So
you were how old when
22.
22. All right.
22 years old, I believe, when I first became homeless, and I think I'm 32 now.
But
my first 2 years on the streets, I was using drugs. I wasn't doing the right thing.
Right.
My last 2 years on the streets, I was completely sober and just reading the Bible more and just sticking to God's word, and just His promises are true. Good things happen for those that seek them.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's true.
Yeah.
What about AA? Did that play a part of your life?
No.
Really?
I've actually, like the stories I've skipped in my life, I've actually went to a rehab program that lasted maybe a week before I got to live in Newport for 2 years of my life. If you ever want to help someone, just give them food, pray with them, invite them to our store.
Okay.
I never recommend giving out money to anyone that's homeless.
All right.
Yeah.
Just give them our card and send them our way.
All right.
And then we'll just buy whatever, really what they need. Because a lot of our friends have addictions that they just don't want to give up, and that's keeping them on the streets from moving forward.
I see. And giving them money is not a good idea.
No. And people that hold signs for a living, within a couple hours, they could really make a lot of money. Like within a couple hours, I would say they're easily making $60 or more.
Really?
In just a couple hours of holding the sign.
So, and they would not necessarily head over to McDonald's to have lunch. They would supply their habit.
Right. Their habit always comes first.
Always comes first.
And of course, every person's different. You'll find homeless that are not like that.
Many of the homeless people, do they reach out to you? I mean, in the middle of the night, if there's an emergency? I mean, you seem like you are the go-to people for...
Before COVID, I would say yes. Since COVID, a lot of our friends have got the EED from the government, so have now bought vehicles.
Oh, really?
They have money that they could spend where they don't need as much help before COVID.
So yes, the big question, how can people in Laguna Woods help out here?
We need help in the store with volunteers.
Oh, okay. All right, you need volunteers.
Yeah, so that's a great way to help us.
All right, and typically, what are the shift hours, and what's the responsibility, and?
Carrie handles the. Typically it's like.
I mean,
one
3
shift,
hours at a time. Or,
yeah, typically we ask for 4, and it's one shift a week. But really, we're flexible.
And I understand you have a senior discount as well, which is every...
It's Wednesday. It's 25% off of your highest priced item.
The highest priced item. So thank you so much. And I hope you'll be seeing more people from Laguna Woods, and donations and volunteers and all of that.